So the allegation always on Gates was that he was allowed to roll up a bunch of things. IBM didn't want to be the front man on the operating system, so they got Gates. But what he agreed to do was put in a backdoor for the NSA.
Ah,
And
yeah.
so he got all the government contracts, even created special, versions for government, I'm told. But that's because it was basically a way of engineering a backdoor into almost every computer in America.
This was his way of vaulting himself into that select group, make a lot of
Right.
money,
But
and
here's the problem you would run into. And I used to run into this all the time. You'd get a company that was run by a CEO, and it would be a proprietary. And
yes,
basically, the CIA thought they owned it. The CEO thought he ran it. And the board and the top private investors, like at the Harvard Corporation, thought they ran it.
yeah,
And so you'd have this multiple personality disorder where these three groups would fight and disagree all the time. Because basically, if the equity was X, they all thought they owned 3X.
right.
And so there'd always be this multiple personality disorder and tug of war.
Makes sense.
So the NSA and government grows Microsoft, and their way of justifying and explaining all of this is that Gates is a genius. So
And of course, same thing with Google, same
yeah,
thing with
yeah. Google's the same thing. Facebook, I could tell you
absolutely
the whole
Facebook.
Zuckerberg story, but
Yeah,
but they put these young guys out there and they say, "Oh, they're cool, they're hip, they're geniuses," and this is their excuse because otherwise the story would be obvious as to what's really going on. Anyway, so then they do the antitrust deal because they've got to get Gates back in the box. And I think on the antitrust deal, they basically said, okay,
amazing.
here's the
Yeah,
deal. You're going to go out and do the Harvard Corporation #2 with the Gates Foundation. One of my questions is how much of the missing money have they been laundering into the Gates Foundation?
I see.
And basically, he's a member of the
Yeah,
syndicate and he does what he's told. So whether it was putting the back door in all of our computers and now trying to put the back door in all of our brains, he's working for the syndicate and he's not a principal, he's an agent.
despite his billions. Okay, well said.
It's not his billions. You have a syndicate behind him who thinks it's their money.
Amazing. Yeah,
That's, I'm not saying he's not powerful because, he's part of getting the work done, but I'll never forget I tweeted out one of his proposals, when he went on Reddit and basically laid out his vision of chipping us.
yeah.
And one of my Twitter followers tweeted back and he says, "Well, I guess he finally kept the antitrust settlement bargain."
Right.
Basically saying,
That
"Yeah,
would
yeah,
be it.
this is what he agreed to do."
Yeah, quite logical.
But what that means, Richard, is that power on this planet is phenomenally centralized. Phenomenally centralized, and that is compatible with an open, not a closed economy. I say this because I think
Yeah,
it is so extraordinary that you and I live on a planet with these other well-educated, intelligent people,
yeah.
and we have no idea what the governance structure on our planet is. It's secret.